exercise 5, it says display the employee name, grade and department number for all staff who earn more than 25,000. Now here, looking at this, I can see this isn't going to require one table because employee name comes from the emp table. It's not going to require two tables because grade comes from the grade table. It's going to require three tables because we've got names of people, the grade they're on, and the department that they're actually working in. So this is the next level up complexity here. We're going to need three tables. So step 1, which table or tables do we need? We know we need emp table, and we combine that with the department table, and also we're going to combine it with the grade table. So I can just write it down like that. Emp cross department cross grade, and that will Cartesian product though all three tables together, and we'll end up with a sort of massive data set. Now of course what we need to do now is we need to turn that Cartesian product into an appropriate join by adding some conditions, and the way that we combine emp with department, we've seen it before in the previous exercises, we know we have to go emp.department number equals department. Department.department number, like that. So that will enable emp to be joined with department in the way that we want it to. But of course now we've got this third table, so we can do that by using an and we can now do that other test because we can now say, and we want salary to be greater than or equal to low sal, and we want salary to be less than or equal to high sal. Like that. So when you're using more than one table, you'll have to add conditions in to make sure that it does the correct kind of join that you want. Typically, the number of conditions that you'll have to add in will sort of be one less than the number of tables. So if you've got two tables, you will definitely need one condition to inner join them correctly together. If you've got three tables, you kind of effectively need two conditions. Here's the condition to combine emp and department together, and here's the condition that's required to join grade and emp together correctly. So if you had like 4 tables, you probably need 3 sort of parts to the condition. Now this is saying we want particular columns, ename, grade and dname. And so that's going to ename, grade and what was the other one? Was it department name, wasn't it? Dname, like that. Oops. In here. But there's a little extra something tucked away in here, and I've sort of jumped about a bit, but in it actually says for staff who earn more than 25,000. So in fact, as well as doing a combination of the tables and combining the tables correctly using a join and doing a projection, there's actually a little extra and that's needed in here, because what it's actually asking us to do is only show people whose salary is greater than 25,000. So in here we're going to need to go and sal is greater than 25,000, like that. So that's a very complicated condition. There it is. If I just scroll it along. So let's try and translate that into SQL. So we've got select from where, like that. So step 1, which table or tables are we interested in? Well, we happen to know we need the emp table and the department table and the grade table. Now I add in my conditions to turn that Cartesian product into the correct kind of join. So we want emp.department number equals department.department number. But we also need to add a condition to ensure that grade is connected to it correctly. So the way that we do that is by using that low sal is less than or equal to sal, and sal is less than or equal to high sal, like that. And there's that extra condition because we want particular rows. We only want to see rows where the sal is greater than, isn't it? Sal is greater than 25,000. And on top of that, there is also this requirement that we actually want a particular projection. We want to see particular columns. So that's going to be ename, grade, and dname. Ename, grade, and dname, like that. So let's run it. There we go. Ename, grade, and dname for information coming from those three tables, connected together correctly using a join with particular columns and particular rows. So we're searching on particular columns only and on particular rows only. So here's the SQL, and there's that rather long relational algebra expression. So at this end you can see emp cross department cross grade, and then as we scroll across you can see here's the condition to combine those tables together correctly and only find ones where the salary is greater than 25,000, and then only show particular columns just there.